Happy Tata Tuesday! I am here with one of my favorite girls. This is Kim. And Kim and I became friends a while back because she did some painting for me at my house. She has her own little painting business and she is a pro. She also is a competitive paddleboarder. And I just think that's so cool because sometimes I have trouble even balancing on mine. So anyway, wanted to talk to y'all with Kim today because Kim was unexpectedly diagnosed with breast cancer several months ago, and just wanted her to talk a little bit about that journey. How did you find out that you had breast cancer? I'm sure you were surprised.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I had just from self-exam found a small, felt like a BB. This was at this point a few years ago. So when it was time for my mammogram, I did that, and then because I'm so small, busted, I went ahead and did an ultrasound just because my issue is not in my breast; it's on the side.
Oh, under your arm area, huh?
Yeah, under the arm area. So,
Yep.
But even that mammogram or ultrasound did not pick it up, and they felt like because I have an athletic build or such, maybe it was just a lymph node that I was feeling.
Right.
But I didn't have one over here, so I thought that was kind of strange. But you get told that's nothing, and to go home and don't worry about it.
And you hear what you want to hear.
Hear what I
right.
want. Yeah, and like everybody, life is busy. You don't want there to be a problem, so you just take the word for it that you get, and,
Right.
and you keep going.
So what happened? I mean, how did you end up realizing that there was more to this?
So I think like many months later down the road, I thought I was just laying there and I thought, well, let me check on that and see if that thing went away. But then it felt different. It had gotten mushy and grown. And so then I thought, well, that's strange. It went from feeling like a BB to
Right.
something mushy.
So you felt a difference,
Felt
and you
a
went back and checked. You were keeping an eye. You were doing all the right things.
But
Love it.
the mammogram still didn't pick it up. And then they weren't going to do an ultrasound on me because they had, had told me
Previously
it was nothing.
done one.
But I just went ahead and asked them if we could do that. But then asking for that took a while because again, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I don't have anything wrong, so I'll just do this ultrasound when I get around to it. When
Right.
the doctor does the referral and I get
Right.
the okay, and I had a lot of several very busy projects that kept me going every day to where there was no time to go to the doctor. If I felt fine,
Right.
I was told there was nothing, wrong. But when I finally did get a chance to go, and it was just a week of like do everything, go to the doctor, go get the car looked at, go get the dog, groomed.
Life at its busiest.
Yeah, like have some time for myself and check off the things that I knew I needed to get to. Well, the car checked out fine, the dog checked out fine, but I didn't check out.
No!
Fine.
Oh no!
So it was like, whoa, hang on,
Yeah.
Well,
So I mean, even though you realized something was going on, there were some changes going on, it's still a shock when you hear that.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I didn't think, I didn't
You're
feel
young.
bad. Yeah, and I didn't think cancer would really ever affect me until way down the road.
Right, because
if
is
it would.
right, supposedly an older woman's disease.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that, we really want to stress is it can happen to young women. And so you did all the right things. You were your best advocate. You heard what you wanted to hear, but you still were checking. You pursued it again to double check because it had changed. So you are the poster girl for being the best advocate. And when the doctor said, no, we don't really need to do that again, you were saying, yes, we do. You can't put a price on peace of mind, can you?
Yeah,
That's
no,
amazing.
no. Yeah,
All right, that's crazy. So tell me, what treatments did you eventually have? And yeah, what happened after all of that?
So they do a biopsy, and that's when they determine what kind of cancer you have and where it's located. And mine, because of the time that had passed, had I known to ask for a biopsy, I didn't even know what that was.
Right.
And then if you're told nothing's wrong, you just keep going. But had I asked for it to be cut into and looked at, it might have stopped there, and I wouldn't have had to go through so much. But because I did not go,
You didn't know what you didn't know.
I didn't know. So it spread. So had to. Sorry.
You had to make that next tough step, didn't you?
So hang on. So what happens is you just you just start going through what you just start doing whatever they
Mm-hmm.
you have to recognize it, accept it, and then just start doing what,
And that's the hard part, yeah.
what you're supposed
Well, you
to
know
do.
what? You've done so well. And what I want to do is let's just stop here for today. And then if we can continue next week, because those tears turn into big smiles a little later on. So will you come back next week and we'll talk some more?
Okay.
All right. Happy Ta-Ta Tuesday, everybody.